So I'm holding it up. I'm saying, these are price marked to pound each. It's £10 worth of stock. And it sold for 21 quid. I was like,
Welcome to the Just Pull the Trigger podcast.
We talk to people who have made the pivot, whether in business, career or life.
And find out what happens when you stop overthinking and just go for it.
In this episode, we're talking to Ross Assenheim from Barleylands Farm Shop. In the episode, Ross talks about his early years living in Ayia Napa as a DJ and music producer, why he had to wake up at 9pm, yes 9pm every day, and Paul and I get a lesson in live shopping. It's not one to miss, it's Just Pull the Trigger.
But thanks for coming on.
good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
We've been talking about it for a while with you coming on, and it just never really happened. But
Yeah, about 6 months, I think. Isn't it?
I know the reason I had to phone in or text you, didn't I, this week? Because basically I remembered something when we first met that you told me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not sure this is right, but I really remember him saying this, that you used to, when you first started and all that, you used to get up, right, at 9pm.
That's correct. Yeah, it wasn't actually when I first started.
Oh, right, okay.
It was when my dad retired.
Right.
My dad used to do them hours. And me and my dad worked together all my life since I was a kid. I was always doing weekends with him and then deliveries and stuff. And he retired 11 years ago. His birthday's Boxing Day. He worked at Christmas and just never come back after the Christmas. He said, that's it, I'm done. And so I started doing the markets every night, like he used to do the markets every night, Spitalfields Market in Leighton. And I remember him getting up at midnight to go up the market. And I said to him, you're mad, why are you getting up so early to go to the market? But I ended up getting up at 9 o'clock. It just got that little bit, the market started changing. And it just started being earlier and earlier. If you was getting there, I remember when I was a kid, I'm talking like 10 years old, I used to go up the market with my dad. We used to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
We're back
that's early enough,
back at the shop by then now, because that's too late. You get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, go and get the lorry, take it up there, you'd be up there 4. Everything's sold. The day's over up there now.
So that's the benefit. You get in there because you want to get all the stuff before it goes.
Yeah,
So
basically.
people are just getting there earlier and earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
Because the demand is so high.
That has changed a lot with the clientele that go up there. It's the market is a lot of Turkish firms now.
Right.
A lot of Turkish firms selling and a lot of Turkish people buying. And I think over the years that is what moved the needle with the kind of the time you had to get up and go there. It was the culture of the Turkish people really,
Right.
Starting earlier.
Just working hard.
And you had to get up there to keep up with them.
So it's nothing to do with you opening up earlier.
No, we've always done long hours. We've always been open 6 a.m. But I've got people there all night working, making up orders anyway. They're the ones that are waiting for the stuff to come back from the market.
Right.
And that's nothing to do with that. It's the culture really of that industry, and that's changed.
Right. And the hours, does that... So when you get up at 9, what time are you going to bed?
So, you obviously get up at 9 o'clock, go to the shop, pick the lorry up, which is an 18-ton Class 2, take that to the market and get in the market. The market opens at midnight, but used to be able to get in there a little bit earlier, so we get in there for about 11:30 and then get round and that. What was the question? I've gone on.
It was like, what time did you actually
go to bed. So when you get back from the market, obviously there's a full day of work to do. I used to do the invoicing. I used to fill the shelves up, go on the till, everything. I used to get home. I always made sure I got home for when the kids got home from school.
Yeah.
So maybe 2, 3 o'clock at the latest, I'd say.
Yeah.
See the kids, and then I'd be in bed 6 o'clock. So I used to get probably 3.5 hours sleep a night.
Savage.
But I never wanted it to affect me seeing the kids.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd rather forego to sleep than actually...
Well, I was willing to sacrifice a bit of kit to see the family, yeah.
To be honest, you're not going to get any sleep past 9 o'clock if you had kids anyway, so you might as well just get,
Yeah.
you lack sleep where you got kids anyway, so...
Yeah. As I say, I always wanted to make sure I saw the kids no matter how tired I was. And I did do that. And I've never missed a theatre production and things like that. I've always managed to get to them. I didn't want to even though I'm doing long hours, didn't want to let it get in the way of the family. It was like 3 hours sleep a night. It was pretty average kind of night's sleep, I think.
Did you have to keep yourself like physically fit? Because obviously 3 hours sleep is not
Yeah.
Shed loads. Do you know what I mean? Like, were you like, you can't go out drinking and then do that, can you?
Yeah, I don't drink. That's probably why, because I didn't have. I've not got a social life now, probably because of all the hours I was doing then. But no, I think working them hours, I think it's scientifically proven that if you don't have a lot of sleep, something in your body makes you want to eat sugary stuff, and it's hard to not get out of shape. I find you just reaching for rubbish all night if you're working during the night. That's what I was always doing. I still do it a little bit now. I try to stop myself, but yeah, like especially when you're working around all that stuff at the shop, we've got chocolate bars and drinks and all that. Monster. I still drink a lot of Monster now, to be honest with you. But the sugar-free one, I need to give that up really. But that's my only vice, I suppose. But I used to find it hard to stay in shape because you haven't really got time to go to gym. And it's very easy to pick up a load of rubbish and eat it when you're just when you're on the go and you just feel hungry. Just have a Mars bar. But I don't know about you guys. If I have a chocolate, I want another one in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's, I could do like 5-6 chocolate bars a day when I was doing them hours.
I think people say like you get addicted to sugar, and then it's nice actually when you actually do start noticing that. You go, I need another chocolate bar. I need another chocolate bar. Actually, that is an actual thing. You know, you don't really. You kind of think of alcohol, drugs, and stuff like that, but sugar is a real addiction.
I've noticed it for ages, but I can't get over it. I don't know what the key is to stop it. You know?
Yeah.
But I've worked out now. You just got to not eat it in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
So if I have one, I just can't stop.
Yeah. It's like don't have it in the house, isn't it? It's just like
Yeah.
Because if it's in the cupboard, you know it's there, and you're just going to go for it.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. But at the shop, it is there. There's nothing you can do about it.
So got to be there.
So your dad started the farm shop.
Yeah. So my dad had when I was growing up, he had greengrocers and bakeries in Rainham in Essex, on the borders of East London. He had like one greengrocer, one end of Rainham, one the other end, and one in the middle as well. And then he had a bakery in each bit as well. And so I grew up with him doing that. But then Tesco's opened up in Rainham.
Right.
And I always remember my dad saying, he said, people used to come in and say to him, oh, Tesco's going to open soon, what are you going to do? And he said, if people want to go to Tesco's, they already go to Tesco, because there was one in Hornchurch. It ain't going to affect me. But it did. He said the day Tesco's opened, the business just flatlined. Yeah, like it was just customers all just went Tesco, all these loyal kind of customers. So he had to kind of pivot, and he started doing a farm shop in Rainham, which is just a little bit out of Rainham, down in Wennington. I don't know if you guys know that, just off the A13. Started doing a farm shop there, and he was selling like the same kind of bits, like fresh fruit and veg and that. But over the years, the products built up, and he started doing tins of stuff and sweets, and then he was getting people come to him with clearance bits and that. So then it ended up being more like a discount version of Tesco's, which was up the road. And he got really, really busy there. And obviously, he still owns a couple of the shops now, but he rents them out to other people. And then he had another farm shop in Collier Row doing the same kind of thing, had them running side by side. Then he shut the Collier Row one, so he sold that back to the landlord, the lease back. The landlord wanted it. Then he opened Barleylands, and then he had Barleylands and Nights in Rainham running side by side for a little while. Then he just wanted to focus everything on Barleylands, so he sold the Nights one, the lease on that, to someone, and just focused it all on Barleylands in the end.
And when you say farm shop, are they all actually on farms, or is it just a general term?
But they're not really. We've never ever said, we've always said the same thing. We're not a traditional farm shop. We don't sell jars of jam for a £5 at home made by Doris up the road. Like we're selling Hartley's jam 2 for £1. We've always been like a discount. We was really doing what Aldi and Lidl do now before they existed in the UK.
I say a bit like a farm shop, factory shop sort of thing.
More like a discount farm shop, really. We sell all the fruit and veg, we try and do it as cheap as possible. Obviously, you've got to make a profit to keep it going. And then we get all the clearance kind of food and drink and that. You have the regular lines, but then you have the one-off stuff that comes in that you can smash out cheap, and that's what attracts people in. And we've got quite a busy garden centre there now during the spring. Really, that's quite a big part of the business in the spring. Sell loads of compost and that. But it is on a farm. It is on a farm, but it's not a traditional farm shop. We're more like Aldi, Lidl size, like kind of farm shop.
And do you have your staples, like you say, you got your staple stuff that you're buying in all the time, and then you get we were talking earlier on, like off camera, like you get your pallets or whatever.
Yeah, so we have the regular lines, like the tins of beans, the milk, the coffee, all that kind of stuff. If people come for their regular shop, we sell a lot of bread and cakes. It's there every day. And then I don't know how many times a day, but quite often during the day, people will either WhatsApp me or email me, phone me. We've got this product, a pallet of Diet Coke, for instance. got it cheap. It's only got a couple of months date on it, or might even have a month's date. Do you want it? And so we get that in and we sell it cheap, and that really like gets people noticing you know,
Yeah.
and gets people in. And then they come in and buy the regular stuff. But even on the regular stuff, the margin is small still. We don't smash the margin on anything really. We concentrate more on volume than margin.
I was looking at what you were doing online, and obviously differentiating yourself from the supermarkets. I can see a lot of the stuff when you're putting out content, it's about you get a little bit of education in there in terms of like saying, you know, store your bananas in this way or whatever, and then and also just you're trying to sort of differentiate yourself from them supermarkets.
Yeah, we are different. That we are different to the supermarkets, and we are different to traditional farm shops as well. Yeah, and so that is a kind of a unique selling point of us, and people do understand that when they come down shopping with us as well. It's a different experience. We try and make it really good customer experience as well, like a friendly place to go. All the staff are told you've got to say good morning to people as they walk past. No one gets ignored as they walk in the shop, and people do notice that kind of thing. Yeah, and if you go into a supermarket, I don't know if it's Aldi or Lidl's famous for just throwing the stuff down as they're checking you out. Yeah. Well, we pack the customers' bags as they're standing at the till, and they chat to the cashier, and that's the difference.
I noticed that. Do you know what? Well, it's funny enough. We did a video on something similar. Like we were joking around, like when our new warehouse staff member used to work at Aldi, and we just did a joke video where they're just throwing stuff across the room.
Yeah, that's what they're famous for, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone says it like
But I actually agree with you. Like it's person to person. But you go to like somewhere and they go, "Do you want a bag?" And you go, "Yeah," and then they just hand it to you.
Yeah.
Right. And I just think I don't mind, but I just think just pack it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know, like it just goes that extra mile.
Yeah, some people don't want you to.
Maybe,
and obviously then it's their choice. But most people, The only problem is then if you get a young kid starting on a Saturday and they put the tomatoes underneath the potatoes, you have to train them up properly, you know. And some customers are a bit aware of that. They say, "Oh no, I'll do it myself." But that we do. That's the kind of customer service we're trying to do.
And mainly regulars.
Lot of regulars. Yeah, there is a lot of regulars, but we do see a lot of new people as well. A lot of you can tell them a mile off. One of the ways you can tell them, the shop is kind of like a one-way system. It's not officially.
So they go around the wrong way.
But the aisles are quite narrow, so everyone who comes all the time, they know you come in, you turn left, you go around. But you see someone coming the other way. You know, that's the first time they've been in here and that. Yeah, we do get quite a few new people in all the time as well. I think from the content, they see the content out there on Instagram and that, and Facebook, and that brings in a lot of new people.
Have you noticed generally the trend of people trying to maybe avoid the big supermarkets because they think, the quality's not as good, and then they're coming into you because, and then maybe they're just more conscious of like more organic stuff or some stuff like that?
You do get a lot of people say the stuff lasts so much longer than the supermarkets. You hear it all the time. So that is something I'm really trying to market as like our stuff it is, because we're up Spitalfields every single night buying the stuff fresh. We're up there. It's open 6 nights a week. We're up there 6 nights a week. It comes back and it's on the shelf immediately. You know, Tesco's, the farm delivers to the warehouse, and the warehouse ships it somewhere else. Then it sits there for a couple of days. By the time it's on the shelf, we've sold it a week ago, basically. So our stuff does last longer. So I do try and market that a bit. Yeah, you do hear that all the time. That is one good thing coming to us rather than the supermarkets. And because we get through the volume, we try and get as much in to sell every day. You don't come in at the end of the day and the shelves are totally empty. But if we got strawberries, we want them to be fresh every day. We don't want strawberries carrying over till tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll be at the market every night and buying a fresh lot of strawberries every night, and we do that with all the produce, all the fresh.
So you got a lot of wastage, or?
You do get wastage in fresh produce, yeah. But we've been actively working to reduce that. Even just recently, we've started something new. We don't, for the amount of volume we get through, like we take an 18-ton lorry into the market every night. We don't get a lot of waste, really. We manage that quite well.
And you just is it one of those ones like, at the end of the day, you literally just, sometimes you go to the supermarket and they're selling chickens for like 50p or something.
Well, when we do get the waste, it's we record it and then we put it in boxes, and we've got a lot of people that come down for their animals. They say it's for the animals. I'm sure some people just use it as well, because a lot of it just got a mark on it, but there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. But we've got like quite a few people that have got chickens, pigs and stuff like that, and they come and buy a box for like £1, things like that. Yeah. As I say, a lot of it is still all right. It just doesn't look all right, but it's still absolutely perfect to eat.
Yeah. Do you have that? Is it apps like, is it Olio or something? Is it?
Too good to go. I know that one.
Yeah, so there's a kid stuff like that where
Yeah.
they put it out, and then even like restaurants, I think so. You know, like we've got, you know, like we've got a roast dinner left over.
That's
so
right,
just
yeah,
come and
yeah.
get it, sort of thing, basically. Yeah.
we don't really need to do that because
No.
we've got it in house. You know,
Yeah.
we don't need to like people come down and that. There's a little section where we put all that stuff, and people come down and look for it. But thankfully, not too much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you planned it right, you shouldn't get too much of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do you get much website sales? Because I saw you can order on the
So
website.
the website has really grown the last couple of years. It's still nowhere where I want it to be. Like nothing is, you know what I mean? I've got quite big visions for the place, but in the last year, I was only checking this yesterday, guys. It's grown 250%, and then on the year before, it's grown 550%. So that is really growing really well at the minute. The website,
Yeah.
all the online kind of stuff is.
Yeah. I guess with food, it must be. I guess you've got to have your regular stuff that you stock all the time on there.
Yeah.
With our sort of stuff, obviously you have to, you know, you get new lines every now and then, but obviously the stuff that comes and goes, you can't really put that online, can you? Or
We do sometimes. Depends how much we've got.
Yeah,
of it.
exactly,
If
yeah.
there's a big amount coming,
You might as well put it on,
there.
yeah,
We've
yeah.
had a problem with putting stock on the website, and then it's sold out in the shop because they're on two different systems.
Right.
Doesn't link up at the minute. We've tried all different ways that they don't talk to each other. These two different systems.
What, online and in the shop, you mean?
Yeah, so we use Shopify for the web store.
Yeah.
Right.
And our EPOS system, they used to link up with Shopify, but they stopped doing it. Don't know why. It's all a bit like cagey and that.
Yeah.
So that would have been perfect because we do put the stock on the EPOS system, and that would have been perfect if Shopify and the shop took it off at the same time. It would work, but it don't. So sometimes we will sell out something in the shop and it's still online.
right.
But that's another thing we're constantly working on. I've got a girl that just works on that. That's her full-time job, is keeping the website up to date, making sure there's not stuff on there that we haven't got, and vice versa. All the prices are right and that. Because there's another thing with fruit and veg, the price changes virtually every day. It works to a market price.
Right.
Yeah.
So in Spitalfields, if everyone's got 10 pallets of strawberries up there one night, strawberries are like for
Yeah,
nothing.
cheap, yeah.
You can go, basically tell them your price you're going to pay for them. But if you go up there one night and there's only one stand and they've only got a pallet of strawberries, they can charge whatever they want.
Yeah,
for them.
yeah.
So the prices do change like on fruit and veg virtually every day on most products.
Yeah.
So it's a full-time job keeping the
Yeah, I was
prices
gonna say that
updated.
must be a full-time job.
Yeah.
Hold of that.
Yeah, it's important as well,
Yeah,
obviously.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you've not got someone paying attention to that you're burning your margin. haven't
You
you?
could be selling something for less than what you paid for it that day.
Absolutely, yeah.
So much it can change in one day.
Have you seen? I mean, from my point of view, I think people are getting healthier. Have you seen like a big uptick in all the more healthier stuff? Or
Not really.
Nah.
I'll be honest. Like we sell just as many chocolate bars and stuff as we do bananas. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's ever changed anything like that. I know there's a big, especially with younger people nowadays, they're all down the gym and that. When I was their age, like I wasn't. They've never even thought about going to the gym, but it's very popular now, isn't it?
I think maybe that's something to do. It's interesting you said that. Like there is that healthy sort of culture going on, but also with the cost of living and everything, it seems cheaper to eat not so healthy, if you know what I mean. Like organic stuff is like 3 times.
Yeah,
the price,
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, we did have an organic section. We haven't got rid of it actually, but we just it don't sell as well, to be honest with you, because it's so expensive. It is like 3 times the price, and when you look at it, there's not really much of a difference. Well, we've kind of like cut back on that a little bit recently because it wasn't selling as well.
Right.
But yeah, it's expensive, and people ain't really into it. To be honest, they like the sound of it, but it actually comes down to it, and it's 3 times the price, and everyone's tight on money at the minute.
Yeah.
They go with the stuff that's just the regular stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine that. You know, you go in Waitrose or whatever, and something's, you know, bunch of strawberries like 5-6 quid.
Yeah.
And the normal ones are 2 quid. A lot of people are just going to go, yeah, I'll have those ones.
Yeah,
please.
I had people requesting that. Can you get organic stuff? When we got it in, they didn't buy it.
Yeah, rung them up.
Honestly,
Is it here?
No,
Don't pick up.
they come in. I say, "Oh, look, we've got the organics." Oh yeah, and they go in and get the normal stuff. I swear to you, that's what happened because it's the price. I know what it is. It's the price.
I'll be in. How much is it? 6 quid for some strawberries? I'll see you soon.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, that did happen.
So have you noticed that with the cost of living sort of situation, is that affected things for you guys?
Yeah, I'd say so for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But we work quite well with that, where we sell the stuff cheap. And
Yeah.
you can buy
Yeah, I was about to
cakes
say,
and
probably
drinks
plays
and
into your hands a
whatever.
little bit.
Yeah, it does. But then also people are shopping around a lot more as well. The thing really that has affected us, I would say, more than anything, is when Aldi and Lidl come to England.
Yep.
Because we used to smash the supermarkets on everything.
Yeah.
They would be selling a lettuce for £1 and we'd be selling it for 50p and making good margin on it.
Yeah.
When Aldi and Lidl come about, they was selling the same kind of stuff for the same prices as us. and then all the supermarkets trying to match it now.
Yeah.
So it's
Everything-
really brung the prices down, and now we do keep up with them, but now it's where it was so easy before to beat them on price. Now you really have to watch it and try and work out the margin and to make sure you're still beating them.
So has that brought your margin down, would you say?
I wouldn't say so, but we've definitely had to buy better and be more careful with stuff, pricing stuff and that for sure.
Yeah, I guess it just brings a different level of competition into your kind of level, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Then, because
Yeah.
where I guess supermarkets is that always been the big competition for you?
That's who we've always been up against,
Yeah.
really. Yeah, because we've always done such a range of goods. We're not up
Yeah.
against the greengrocer in the high street,
No.
or whatever, they're a dying thing there anyway, really. But because we always had the range, so it was really the supermarkets we're competing with, and it still is now, really. Like people will come to us or they'll go Aldi.
The greengrocers and the bakers seem to be quite expensive.
Yeah. It's 'cause
Whenever I've been in there or whatever, it's not like they're not cheap. Where it used to be,
Yeah.
the perception of it used to be, it's quite cheap to go to a greengrocer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's because of the costs, isn't it?
Yeah.
The rates on the shop and in the high street, and the rent and wages are now so high, the minimum wage.
Yeah.
That's why. I don't think the fruit and veg is particularly expensive. Obviously, it is certain times of the year, like I was saying, when strawberries there's only one pallet in the market, they're expensive.
Yeah.
But in general, that hasn't really gone up that much. It's all the other costs that force the prices of the
Absolutely.
produce up.
Yeah.
And it's so when you say you haven't. It hasn't hit your margin. As like your buying opportunities got better. Like when you go to the markets, is the prices slightly come down? Because
Not really. It's, as I say, they ain't changed over the years. Like we can give when there's like loads of strawberries in the market, we can give 25p a punnet for them.
Yeah.
Well, that was the same 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, that ain't really changed, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's the thing. That kind of the prices don't change over the years, but all the other costs go up and up and up.
Yeah.
So that's why the produce goes up.
Yeah. It's the same with all businesses, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
with us, our prices don't really change too much, but it's all the
other costs.
the rates and employee rates and all that sort of stuff.
National insurance.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Unfortunately, like the people that don't run a business don't see that because that's not in their kind of their budget.
Yeah. It's
But
a hidden cost to everyone.
It is
isn't it? Except
exactly,
for
and
the
then
people
everyone
paying
thinks
it.
that you're taking the piss because you're
Yeah.
sending
Yeah.
something for
Yeah.
much more.
When
When,
cabbages go up from £1 to £2, and they just think you're having.
That's
having a
it.
moment,
Yeah,
isn't
they think you wake up. I say this to people sometimes. I think I didn't just wake up this morning and have this brilliant idea to double the price on bananas or something like that. Like, that's what it's cost us more and all that. But yeah, people don't. And it's a hidden cost to everyone except for whoever's paying it. And
Yeah.
it ain't hidden to us. Like we see it in plain sight.
yeah. So obviously we're talking about a bit like live shopping.
Yep.
That's something that's new to us because we haven't really dabbled in it, but we know that you're
Mr. Live Shopping.
Yeah. So a few years back, I've always done a lot of social media posting and that, and on my stories on Instagram, it wouldn't let me add music to it one time. That it changed something had changed. It was a business account. You couldn't put music on the posts anymore. So I was thinking of ways to put music on the stories, and I thought I'll do them on TikTok. I'll do the stories on TikTok, download it, whack it on the Instagram, and my second video on TikTok that was only up there just so I could download it and put it on Instagram. It was a basic video about some mushrooms, and it got like 40,000 views. When I went back on it to do another video, I saw the views. I was like, blimey, that's got a lot of views. So anyway, I've done another couple of videos on there to download, put on Instagram, and I think it was my fifth video. Got 1.5 million views, just me talking about some Maltesers that have come in stock. And it was a bread and butter video that I'd done for years on Instagram.
You showed
And
me, it was literally 10 seconds, wasn't it?
yeah, it's nothing. It's not got my face in it. It's just me opening a box of Maltesers saying these are coming. And I was doing them kind of videos all the time on Facebook and Instagram and not really getting that much traction. So I thought when that happened, I thought I need to pay TikTok a bit more attention. So then I started posting regularly on TikTok as well as the other social media sites. And then TikTok messaged me, and we're starting TikTok Shop, and we'd like you to be part of it. So then I joined. I've still got the WhatsApp on, and I joined this WhatsApp group, and it was all they're talking about setting it up, and there was a few people on it. We're setting up TikTok Shop, blah blah blah. This is how you're going to be able to do it, like tutorials and stuff. When it came on, I can't remember what the first product we put on there was. We put a product on there, and it done all right on there. And then it was Christmas came, didn't really pay it too much attention. We're still posted on there. Then Christmas came that year, and we had some Reese's in tins, Reese's Pieces, I think they were called, in tins, and we hadn't sold them all at Christmas. So when we come back after the Christmas break, I put them on TikTok Shop, and they absolutely smashed it. In 2 days, the rest of them were gone. And that was probably stock I was going to have to reduce down and take a loss on and stuff. And I think that video got like 600,000 views. But then there was a link on that video to buy the stock, you know. That's when I thought, that's like pretty good, you know. So then we started putting a few bits on there, but didn't really give it the attention. So I was just too busy doing other stuff. Just too busy in the shop to actually give it its full attention it deserved, really. And the start of last year, a friend of mine went on TikTok Shop a few years back, and he's absolutely smashing it on there. They sell toys on there, Big Boss Toys. He's only around the corner from me in Whitford, but they're absolutely smashing it on there. So I thought, really, I need to give it a bit more attention than what we was doing. So the start of last year, I thought, right, I'm really going to focus on it this year. And I started doing the lives every day, uploading loads of products to it, and we're selling live instead of doing the videos, or as well as doing the videos, we was doing the live streams. And it really blew up really quick. I thought if we can get it to 100 orders a day, I'd be happy. I think we hit that on the second day.
Really?
Then I started thinking if we can do 200 orders a day, then we're just hitting it, and we're just absolutely smashing it in January and February. But it was me on the lives. It was taking over everything else. I realised I couldn't do this full time because I've got the shop to run, the wholesale side to run and all that. So I looked for someone to employ. I employed someone, and it kind of, because it wasn't me doing it, it kind of tailed off, just gradually, month by month, started tailing off again, to where it was back to like when no one was doing it virtually, but I had all these staff there now, someone packing, someone on the lives, and it weren't really doing it any good. So we kind of like put it on the back burner again, should I say, middle of last year. But this year, I've started doing it more again, because when we was on TikTok, we was contacted by a company called Whatnot. They DM'd me. And I'd heard of them through Gary V's podcast. He was talking about Whatnot's big in America. So I had heard of the company, and they DM'd me on Instagram, on TikTok. So I thought, oh yeah, I've heard of them, and we'd like you to come on our platform selling. Can we give you a call? So they called me up, and a couple of days later, we was on Whatnot doing our first stream, and it's an auction site. Instead of going on TikTok and saying these are £5, you go on Whatnot and you say, right, bids start at £1, let's go. And people have however many seconds you set it to bid the product up. And the first stream, I just remember there was one product that Whatnot had really helped us. They'd helped us set up. The actual woman who I spoke to, her name was Estelle. She was somewhere in London running the stream via Whatnot. We was just on there selling. And there was this one product that really sticks out. It was Babito strawberry laces. And we're selling the case. I think there was 10 packs in a case. They're price marked £1 each, right? So I'm holding it up. I'm saying these are price marked £1 each. It's £10 worth of stock, and it sold for 21 quid. I was like, I'm not hiding anything. I'm saying these are valued retail value £10. And that product, when I was doing, I was thinking,
is that just people being?
This is unreal.
Like, you know, like the old days at eBay. eBay used to. Oh, I bid by that person. Oh, I'm not going to let that happen. It's almost like a competition.
I don't know, because it can be, it can be a little bit gamified on there, but also people are all over the country bidding on the stuff. So there's someone in the Scottish Highlands who can't get them. It's their favourite sweet. They've not seen them for 2 years. Yeah. So they don't care if they're paying 20 quid for it. That's the kind of thing I think it is on there. And so when we come off that stream, it was a bit of like an eye-opener. And really, nowadays, we're more on Whatnot than what we are TikTok. Because even though you start stuff for a lower price, you get a better margin on it. You can sell a lot more stuff quicker on there. And their terms are better as well. They pay out straight away. On TikTok, you have to wait X amount of time for the money. Then if there's returns, they take it off. Yeah. You literally come off the stream on Whatnot, print the labels, and put the money in the bank. It's there instantly. Right. TikTok's I find it very, it's like bamboozling the way they pay out. It's so hard to follow. Yeah. Even people I know doing really well on there, the way they pay out and they give you the the breakdown of the stuff, and it's really hard to follow, I think. Maybe that's just me being thick, I don't know. But Whatnot's a lot more simple in that respect. I say the money's in your account straight away.
So TikTok has got the live shop and TikTok shop, which is, I'm guessing you could do the video and put the sort of link to whatever you're talking about, and that stays on there for
As long as you leave it on
as
there.
long as you leave it
You
on
don't
there.
even have to do a video for it. You can just have a TikTok shop with 100 products loaded
Yeah.
onto it, and you don't have to do videos for them. They
just buy it as and when they want,
Yeah,
don't they?
Yeah.
like having it listed on a website.
So it's a bit like a sort of an eBay thing linked with a social media account.
Yeah, yeah. And we've had products on TikTok without doing any videos that have sold really well.
Yeah.
Then we've had products that we do a video for, and it absolutely takes off on there.
And Whatnot is solely live shopping, right?
So on Whatnot, yeah, it's not. You can't put a video on there. No, it is literally people go. This is what I always say. People go on Whatnot and they're looking to buy stuff.
Yeah.
People go on TikTok and they're looking to scroll,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
might
yeah.
come across your live stream, and if it takes their interest, they'll have a look. Then they might buy something. But on Whatnot, people are going on there to buy.
Yeah.
So that's why you can go on Whatnot, and every 10 seconds, every 5 seconds, you can sell a product, sell a product, sell a product. On TikTok, that's much harder to do, I think.
So-
people do it. I know people that go on
Yeah.
there and they'll sell 300 products in 10 minutes, but it's not as easy, I don't think.
So on Whatnot, I'm just thinking, like, so on TikTok, if it's a static price, so you're going, right, I'm selling this, it's a £5, you can sell multiples of those quite like over and over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have 100 people, if you're selling Diet Coke for £5 or whatever, you could sell 100 of those in
In
like
a minute.
that, right? Yeah.
In a minute, yeah.
But Whatnot, it's an auction per session, right? So
There's different ways to do it on Whatnot. You
Right.
can do that on Whatnot, and I do that on Whatnot as well. I'll have a product listed. The most recent thing I've had on there is custard powder. We've had cases of custard powder, and I've put 100, for example, cases of just listed custard powder, £2. And as well as the auctions, you can put the custard powder on the screen and say, look, I've got 100 cases of these, they're £2 a case. And you see, boom, 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 they're going, like, and the countdown goes. And you can sell a lot in a quick amount of time doing
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So there's different ways. It's not just the auction on Whatnot, but that is what people go on there for mostly, I think.
Yeah.
When you've got a nice little thing to put on there like that, if they've already done an order, they just top up their basket. If it costs
yeah.
£2 for a case of
Yeah.
custard, they can't really lose, can they?
Yeah.
And that's where you sell. If you just went on there and had the custard, I don't think you'd sell as much as if you was doing the auctions, and that's like a little bonus to go with
Yeah.
it.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It's really interesting. It
is, yeah.
But you're right. It's sort of there's a couple of things at play there where you were saying like there's people like who are in really you forget about the people in remote areas.
Yeah.
I remember our cousin lives in Ipswich, and I remember we used to have to like go on the motorway to get to a shop.
Yeah.
Because they're so in such a
Yeah.
remote area, and so you're right. Some people will go, "Oh, I will pay
Yeah.
X amount over."
Especially if they haven't had the product for ages.
Absolutely, yeah.
They'd like-
Bit of nostalgia for
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, or a present and things like
Yeah.
that. They can't get it. You have a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then you do have the trolls going, oh, it's only £1 in the supermarket
Yeah.
down the road. But then people defend you. They'll say,
Yeah.
well, we ain't got that supermarket down the road
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting that there's the psychology of it all as well.
Yeah.
Where like, yeah, there is a game involved as well, like you suggested. Because I've definitely been involved in the whole eBay thing where you think, oh, I'm going to win that, and then some bloke swoops in behind you, and you're like, I'm not having that.
Yeah.
And then you ended up something that you were going to pay 30 quid for, you end up buying for 80 quid because you were just frustrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
it has got that kind of element to
Yeah.
it, not a bit. People, you just swipe on the bottom to bid.
Yeah.
And there's no confirmation because the auctions are so quick.
Yeah.
You swipe and you bid. That's
It's
it.
done.
I
Yeah.
think that's probably the trick behind it, because the auctions are so quick, people haven't got time to think. They're just like, they've got to make a snap decision,
Yeah.
and they're probably, because they're so quick, they just go, oh, I bought it.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's literally just that, and your
That's
card,
it.
your cards attached to your account.
Card's
and all
on
that.
it, and if it doesn't pay out, if for some reason you haven't got the money on your card or you haven't got a card registered, you can't bid on anything else.
Right.
So if you want to continue to use Whatnot, you've got to pay for the product.
Declined for £2 custard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, stranger things have happened, I'll tell you. But people do message you as well, and they say, "Can I cancel my order?" You have all kind of things. The dog knocked the phone. A common thing is my kid was using my phone and he bid on something.
Yeah, I mean that.
It's
that-
not. It is easy to bid on something. Don't get me wrong, but it's not so easy that a kid can sit there bidding on it.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of that. You do get a lot of that.
Yeah,
But you can reject it on Whatnot. Whereas TikTok, if someone wants to send something back, you have to take it back.
Oh, really?
But on Whatnot, if you say no, sorry, that's it. You send it and they get it.
So it sounds like TikTok's got a bit more corporate about it and a bit more sort of hard and fast. This is how it is, and you play by their rules, if you know what I mean. A bit more.
Yeah, I think Whatnot is more. It's 50-50, but it's definitely more on the side of the seller
Yeah.
than TikTok is.
Is that because you think they're up and coming, and maybe TikTok is a bit more well known?
I don't know because Whatnot's quite big in America.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just how they've always been. No, but it's
flexible,
definitely,
yeah.
it's definitely better for the seller with regard to like returns and stuff like that, for sure.
Yeah, and like commissions and stuff like that.
Commissions are about the same
Right.
as TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Whatnot works out about 10% after they do like a processing fee, a percentage of the product, things like that.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay the VAT as well. So it's like 30% kind of can
total,
kind of do, well, if something's got VAT on it. Yeah. So you have to make the margin, because then obviously you've got the 30% fees to pay, but then you've got the packer fee to pay and the packaging and stuff like that. It's not all... People see you selling stuff and then they think, oh, blimey, you made a fortune. But by the time all the costs come out...
It's the same as everything,
Yeah.
really, what we're talking about, isn't it? You know, like you people go, oh, they're turning over £1 million or whatever, and that it's...
You have to make that margin
like
to pay
the
the
bottom
cost.
line ain't, people, when people see you turning over $1 million, they go, oh, he's made $1 million.
Yeah.
If you haven't.
Yeah,
You know,
go straight in your pocket.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
I wish, mate.
Yeah.
So what percentage of your business is live at the moment? I thought you were going to say more when we talked off camera, but you said it's minuscule.
It's tiny compared to the rest of the business. Yeah, it is, but it's got the potential to... I think it's got the potential. It could well be the biggest part of it eventually. I really do believe that.
So what would that look like? Would that be like literally like you'd have like 5-10 people doing live streams or whatever?
You could definitely live stream all day on there, and you just have to have the products. Like we sell a lot of products very quick on there. So the last live stream I done was last, I think it was Saturday morning. We literally run out of stuff. Just sold everything that was in the building basically, and so you've got to be able to keep getting the products at the right money as well. I can go out and buy 20 pallets of Coke now, you know, like Diet Coke or whatever, but you've got to buy it the right money to make a profit on it. It's to find the right products all the time, that's probably the main kind of bottleneck, is having the amount of stuff there to be able to sell.
Right.
And I was going to say that you said you've over the years obviously been doing it most of your life. That you said you built up contacts all around the country, and then obviously that's where that comes into play, where someone said, "Oh, they'll contact you. They're up in Manchester or something like that."
Yeah.
Rather than you just going, "Oh, I buy this down the cash and carry, and that's all I can get for it. Or that's all the cheapest I can get."
Yeah, no, because we do have a lot of people that have got clearance stock and that.
Yeah.
Like it might have you might get tin of beans and it's got an out-of-date offer on there, like go to Alton Towers in the summer of 2025. Well, the supermarkets won't sell that anymore, but they've still got 2 years date on the tin of beans.
Got ya.
So we will get offered stuff like that all from around the country, which the cash and carries don't really do all that kind of stuff. They would try and clear that out as well, the cash and carries.
Yeah.
So I've had someone brand new contact me this morning. Do you want to buy this Pepsi off me? It just emailed the shop. Never seen or talked to him before, but so there's loads of stuff out there. But as I say, because you get through it so quick on Whatnot, that I think that is the main thing, having the products there to sell.
I was going to say, because if you could just sell flat out all the time, surely you just keep doing it over and over again, even if it's like you do an hour, then someone else does an hour. But the problem is the supply of goods, right?
Range, plus products do fatigue on there. You can feel it when you're on there. So if you're just selling the same thing over and over again, where Whatnot's up and coming, there's not a million people on there like there is TikTok. God knows how many million people in the UK use TikTok. Whatnot's got that viewership at the minute. So I'll have between 200 and 300 people watching my streams, but you can feel the product fatiguing on there sometimes if you're doing it too much. So you can just get a sixth sense, you know. You can just see the bids. There weren't as many bids that time, or it's gone for £1 less than what it's been going for. You just get that feeling. So you have to be able to move on to something else and not come back to that product for a while. So if you need the range as well, not only the amount of it, but the range.
And the people that are selling on camera, do you find that certain type of people sell more stuff? Like we were talking, and you said that you normally outperform other people. Do you know what I mean? But is that because you think it's because you're more passionate about it? I don't know.
I just think I've got a sixth sense for, like I was saying, like you can just feel when something's fatiguing and that, and it's having that skill there. Someone else will go on there, and the product will be on the floor, and they'll
still
just
going
keep
for it.
selling it.
Yeah.
Pounds, getting a pound for it. It's cost you £5 or something like that. Yeah. But when I've just got a sixth sense that I can just feel it before it gets to that level. I can just feel that that's the end of that one now. Let's move on. Plus your personality on there. People do come on there and say, "Hello, Ross. How's things? I ain't seen you for a week," and things like that. you do build a rapport with people, even though it's behind the phone. You wouldn't know if you were standing next to them in the street. You do build rapport with regular people on there as well. So you've got to have the personality a little bit, and yeah, for sure, the product as well. It's got to you've got to have the volume and.
I'd say obviously you've got to have the stamina as well, like, because no, you're performing like live to someone on the. Oh, no, that's probably what you think.
No, I wasn't going down that route. I was just thinking after 5 minutes, I'll be just like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, so if you're saying I'm on for an hour and I'm selling,
it's like a performance almost.
absolutely, like a comedian or something. You've got to be, and you're sensing when things are dying, and you've got to move on to something else.
Oh, it is. The first time I went on there, I'd done an hour live stream, and I come off, and my head was pounding. And I was wrecked. And I messaged my mate who does like 8-hour, 12-hour streams.
No.
I said to him, I don't know how you do it, mate. After an hour, I'm done. I can't do it anymore, but I can do it now. I can do it now. You can just keep going.
Yeah.
Really? But it is tiring for sure. Yeah. You wouldn't think it is just standing there talking to your phone. You think it's easiest job in the world. Like.
You'll be switched on.
Yeah.
You'll be switched on.
Yeah, it is tiring.
Think on your feet about, what you're selling and all that sort of stuff.
It's mentally exhausting as well, because a lot of the time I'm
I was just saying, you have got to think on your feet, because like Ross, you've just sold like half the stock for like, we've lost 200 grand. Or something.
Yeah, you've got to be careful.
Do you take losses sometimes on there?
You ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you put something on and it goes for a pound that's cost you X amount, then you just got to suck it up.
Yeah.
But if that happened too much, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I know that don't happen a lot.
Yeah.
But you have to start the price low. That's the risk you have to take. So if you can start the bids or whatever you like on whatnot, you can start it at a tenner if you want. Even if you do £2, you notice no one bids on it.
Yeah.
They want it a pound start. That is the psychological thing that gets people bidding.
It's a bit like eBay, wasn't it? Like I remember when we were saying, well, I've sold some stuff like guitar stuff, like that I need to get rid of, and you want 200 quid for it, but you start at 99p.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to go for that.
Yeah. But just get a bit of interest.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, people like it's the whole gamifying thing. Oh, I get that for 10 quid if no one else gets involved. But
and on whatnot, that's every 10 seconds. You've got to start it at the lowest kind of money, and that's when it gets the bids. When you try and think, well, I can't sell this for £1, it's got to start at more. That's when no one bids for it.
And does the, it sounds like an admin headache, but does it, whatnot, click into your system and goes all straight through?
Yes, there's a back office. You log into whatnot, and all the orders will be on there.
So it's just print out the label and then just
the labels.
slap it on.
That's pretty easy, really.
Oh, okay, cool.
Pretty simple. That's quite good. Yeah. That's better than TikTok's. I think that's better than TikTok's back office system. It's more simple.
Yeah.
I know how to use the whatnot one. TikTok, I don't know how to use that one. I leave that to the girls. But yeah, whatnot's pretty simple.
I went on there. We went on there the other day just to like check it out, and it does seem it's people selling like fake stuff on there and all
I
that
don't
sort
think
of
so,
stuff.
because they're pretty hot on stuff like that. Whatnot. We've had a couple of bans before. We had a warning just a couple of weeks ago. One of the staff, you do giveaways on there, like it gets the viewers up and keeps people engaged. And one of the staff sent a giveaway to someone, but it was the wrong product. It was saying it was out of date. It was in the container. It was a pack of Fruitellas, but we've got about 5 different variants of them. One of them was out of date. They sent the out of date one to the customer, and the customer complained to whatnot, and we got a warning for that. But we've also been banned off there as well for like a few weeks. Because the girl who I had doing some streams for me in the middle of last year, she said something about the immigrants and the boats coming over. Someone must have reported her. I don't know if they've got an AI thing or someone was watching reported her. And we got a 3-week ban for that.
Really?
So if your business is just whatnot and you do stuff like that, you get a ban. So I know they're really hot on sending out of date products, and I'd think like anything fake and that, if you get reported, you just get banned for life. I'd have thought. Yeah, they're quite hot on stuff. And so's TikTok as well. Yeah.
So in terms of sort of your staff, you got a big team then?
There's 30 people that work there over the course of the week.
Right.
So they're not all on site at the same time, and then some of them are working through the night, some of them are daytime, some of them do 1 day a week, some of them do 6, but it's over the course of the week, it's 30 people.
Yeah, we've got a similar thing, haven't we, now? Like because obviously we've sending out stock and stuff like that. We're not pushing into the night. I'm sure we will do at one point, but yeah, we've got a real variety of like full timers. Some people do like 1 day a week. Some people they'll do every day, but they'll do 4 hours. So it's
same.
And it really works.
It's quite a juggling act, because you've got to be able to cater for like when, I don't know, someone does a sale and they, instead of sending 100 orders out a day, they're sending 1,000 orders out a day or something. But you can't actually you can't afford to have that amount of staff in
on standby
all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a juggling act. So
staff's tough.
Yeah.
It's just getting more tough and more tough. Like with the minimum wage going up. And then if you've got people above minimum wage, like doing a I don't know, more involved kind of role or something like that. When the minimum wage goes up, theirs got to go up by a similar amount. So it just makes everything very expensive, doesn't it? Very expensive to have staff nowadays. Since when my dad retired 11 years ago, I think the minimum wage was £6 something.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be £11.70 in a couple of months' time. It's like I say to people, it's like we had 30 staff 10 years ago. It's now the equivalent of having 60 staff because the wage has doubled.
Yeah.
But we ain't got 60 staff. We've got 30 still.
Yeah.
So how do you run things compared to your dad? Do you, I mean, our dad, we always found was like sometimes if, you know, he'd be a bit more harder about things.
Yeah. Probably sounds
we're
like my dad.
We're a bit softer, I think, in comparison.
Yeah,
But
I think I'm probably the same, but I had a good teacher for sure. He's he's a brilliant businessman, and but yeah, he was definitely more old school.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. There's some stories, man. I wouldn't want to say them. But yeah, like the way he sacked people before.
Straight down the line. Just take you in the office,
like
you're out.
In the middle of the shop. That's
Really?
like, do me a favour and clear off.
Yeah,
I heard him say that to someone in the middle of the shop, and that was it. That was finished. But now you've got to be. You
Can't do that
no,
these days,
of course
can you?
not.
You're in
have
trouble.
to have an informal conversation.
Yeah.
Informal conversation number 2.
Yeah.
Formal warning. Oh yeah, it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sometimes it feels like they employ you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they've got so many sort of like the rights and everything.
It's
you know?
very difficult to get rid of someone, even if
Yeah.
they're doing a real poor job.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were trying to get rid of Alex for ages and he just walked out.
Good luck with the next
Yeah.
You know, it is tough. It is tough. But the key to that is get better staff in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is something I've really focused on the
Yeah.
last couple of years.
Yeah.
I was really struggling with staff at one point, and I used to literally, I'd put an advert out there, I'd do a social media post, say we need a cashier. Someone would come in for the job, they'd be on the till in 5 minutes. I've come in for the cashier job, when can you start now? There you go. I swear to you, I've employed people like that. And if you do 10 people like that, you might get one good one if you're lucky over the years. You get so much aggro from it. So I thought to myself, I'm really going to start looking at better ways to employ staff. And I really researched it and that. Do you know, like the Hormozis, Alex Hormozy and Layla Hormozy? Well, Layla Hormozy's got some real good stuff on it online, but how to employ better staff and that. So I've done some of the things that she like said on there. Take a lot longer now over employing people. We do like a phone interview first, in-person interview. Never now would someone walk in the door and be on the till in 5 minutes, even like that kind of role. And it's really worked well. I've really got some good people since doing that.
Do you find some of that, sort, like you say, come down to yourself as well in terms of training as well? You've got to look at yourself rather than going, oh, they were shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to find the right people, then make sure they've got the right training.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure, that does come down. I hear a lot of business owners still, the same as I used to, saying, oh, they're all useless, they can't do this. But you've got to look at yourself.
Yeah,
I think.
totally.
I totally
It's your
agree.
fault.
Yeah.
If you've got a load of
agree.
bad staff around, there's only one person who employs
Yeah. No one put a gun to your head to employ him, didn't they?
Yeah, it's the way you employed people.
So what sort of leader are you, Ross? How would your staff, do you reckon,
My
describe
dad was
you?
definitely more hardcore than me, I think,
Yeah.
but he's very demanding and he done really well. I've got that side to me. I've definitely got that side to me off my dad. If you push me too far, I can go that way, but I'm a bit more, I would say, I'm more calm than he was. He definitely could get a bit pumped up and fiery.
It didn't take a lot to like flip him out, like sort of.
Yeah, I remember one day this story. I'll say this to him. In the toilet, which was right next to the office, the soap dish on the side where you wash your hands, and the soap gets dirty, doesn't it? 'Cause especially when you're working in a farm shop.
Yeah.
Where you pick
Yeah.
So the soap dish would get dirty. And I just remember him coming in one day and the soap dish was there, and he just smashed the soap dish off the wall, and that was it. We didn't have a soap dish anymore. That was a kind of. He wasn't a nutter, don't get me wrong. I'm painting him in the wrong light. But that's the kind of. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? That's not me doing that.
You don't strike me as a sort of bloke that can like go mental at someone.
I can do.
Oh, can you?
For sure. Yeah. But it's got to really push my buttons. I can lose it. Yeah. And a couple of the staff there would be able to vouch for that as well. But in general, no.
That's just not. I mean, it's not in my makeup. I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I actually think that's a negative for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I look at when you go to the dinner and you hang around with and you listen to these guys online, like James Martin, James McClare, and you look at them and you think, they've got that sort of like tiger in them where they can have a go at.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want to cross some people, you just sense that, don't you, in their character? I mean, they're not nasty people or anything like that, but you just know. If
they
push
can
come
go
to
for
shove,
it,
you would get a rocket up your arse. Basically,
I'm like that, but not as much. I can go like that, but definitely that's not me full time.
But someone's really got to piss you off.
Yes, and it can happen for sure. Yeah, I'll just fly off the handle, but it don't happen very often. 2 or 3 times a year, maybe. I don't enjoy it either. I don't like doing that.
What keeps you motivated? Like, because you're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
It's very repetitive.
Yeah.
The motivation, I don't really need it. I'm just disciplined in getting up every day and doing the work. I don't ever really feel motivated for it. I love what I do. I do enjoy it. I still get excited about, if I've got, like, just as an example, I had some Cadbury stuff come in last week and I knew it was going to sell really good. There's good margin in it. And I was excited. When the pallets turned, I was excited. And that's after, like, I've been full-time doing this now since, like, 25 years.
Yeah.
So that's after all that time, every single day doing it, I'm still excited by stuff. So motivation don't really come into it for me. So I enjoy it.
Is the money, or is it just the fact that you're selling it?
All of it, I think. It's the fact that you're selling it, but if you're getting good margin out of it and the customer's really happy and you're doing well out of it as well, it's just a bit of a buzz.
Yeah.
Bit of a buzz.
So is anything, if you had any times where you think, I really want to do something else?
Well, I was a DJ for quite a long time.
Right.
Now he's telling us on minute 47.
When I was 13, I set up a pirate radio station in my house, in the loft, and a couple of mates used to come round. And we used to broadcast, like, to Essex from my loft. And
what was it called?
that was called Dark Zone FM, right. 107.3. Before the days of DAB and internet and all that. And then I started playing on a few pirate radio stations in London, and then I was DJing in a club called Labyrinth. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was a massive underground rave kind of place. I was DJing in there at the age of 16, and you had to be 18 to get in. And I remember when the owners found out how old I was, they were shocked. But I was resident there. I was playing there every week. So I was doing that. I was always working for my dad and in between and stuff like that. And then I ended up releasing a few records as well. A couple of them done right. I didn't chart or nothing like that, but one of them was Record of the Week in DJ Magazine. There was real big DJs playing some of the other stuff. So I was right into that, and then I lived in Ayia Napa for 3 years DJing 7 days a week. I was just DJ on the beach during the day, then in the clubs at night time. And it was when you do that and you're over there for quite a few months a year, I just come back like October, you're kind of out of the scene here then. She's a bit scratching for stuff to do then. That's when I was doing my producing and that. And then like the third year I come back and I thought I wanted to buy a house. I think it's about early 20s. Wanted to buy a house and I just couldn't afford it. And I thought, you see people in Ayia Napa and they was in their 40s, 50s, and they'd be doing it every summer for their whole life. I used to look at them and think, I don't want to be like that. And that's when I thought to myself, I'm going to give it up and just go full time and be dead. Yeah. So doing something else, I did do something else. That was my passion. I was living my dream basically from a very early age. But it was just the money that stopped me doing that really. But when I look back now, I was getting to quite a good level. Yeah. And I think if I'd have carried on, I probably would have ended up doing pretty well in that. But I never would have met my wife because she was a customer. She's a customer of the shop. So that you got to look at it that way,
absolutely.
Yeah. I wouldn't have met her because that's my whole life is my wife and kids now. So everything happens for a reason, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So there wasn't a point where I'd go back to the whole 9 p.m. wake up where you thought to yourself, what am I doing here?
Well, yeah.
Because I would.
So the thing is, I was doing getting up at 9 o'clock. There's someone now, obviously, in the business that does that job. It's my brother-in-law. Right. He does that job now. But once his shift's done, he's done. I was getting up at 9 o'clock, doing that, then doing all the other jobs that come with it. But then, you know as well as I do, once you leave the premises, your mind, your phone's still blowing up all day, every day, emails, bills to pay. It doesn't ever stop. So it was getting up at them hours. But then as the business was growing, getting more and more involved, that was tough. But I'd never actually thought I would rather do something else. That never come into my head.
It sounds like you're in the right thing then.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's if your mind's going elsewhere and you think, I want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like business, really.
Yeah.
Just into business. Like when I was doing the DJ, and I had my own record label. I put on my own nights a couple of times, and that. I've always been doing stuff like that, like business wise. But yeah, no, I've never really thought about stopping it. No, never.
Like you, Paul, though, when you say, when Jade said to you, what do you do outside of work?
Yeah,
and
you
you're
need
like,
a
oh, I
hobby.
just...
She said, my wife goes, you need a hobby. And I went, my hobby's business.
Yeah, same.
But I also, there's always memes, and they sort of make me laugh, but they're true as well. Like, oh, you know, I've quit my 9 to 5 to start my own business. But it's basically I quit my 9 to 5 to work 24/7.
24/7,
which is
absolutely.
basically absolutely true.
Yeah.
Because you know, I'm sitting in bed, she's watching Netflix, and I'm just on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doom scrolling. I'm like watching Harmonzi or doing something that might make some sort of money or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
The same. Checking the cash flow forecast. Kind of all the time. Yeah.
Oh my God, I've got to
Non-stop.
message the accountant because of this or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I'll do it.
This morning, I don't set an alarm anymore because I was getting up all weird times. I wake up now about 2-3 o'clock every morning.
Right.
And this morning I weren't going to go into work. I thought I'd come down here and see you guys. I won't go into work first. But I'm wide awake at 3 o'clock. I thought I may as well go in. I've gone in and done a bit of social media. I've done a bit of other stuff there. And now just you wouldn't do that if you didn't enjoy it, would you?
No, absolutely.
You'd do anything
you
to
turn
not go
over,
in.
and just go, I'll get
That's
a couple
it.
of
I'll
hours.
just stay here, yeah. But no, that didn't even come into my mind. I thought I'm awake, may as well go and do something. So I did go into work this morning before I come here.
But your social media, you were saying off camera that when you first started doing it, you were like a bit jittery and sort of like you didn't want anyone watching you doing it or whatever.
I'd done years and years of videos and stuff. When Facebook first started doing Facebook groups and pages, I started doing it. And I thought it'd be brilliant if I could get 300 people follow me on Facebook. It's 300 customers I could target and say, like, this is coming. We've got 17,000 on there now, which if you look at other people, that ain't a lot over the years, but I've always grown it organically. I've never done things on there that would get you a lot of followers quickly. Like you see other pages only been going a year or two, they've got 20,000, 30,000, but they're always doing like and share and all that kind of thing. I've never done that. But I forgot where I was going with that now. What was that?
You talked about being being on camera yourself.
So when I was doing the Facebook group from the beginning, for years I'd done behind the camera filming this, but it's never had my face in it. I always kept thinking I need to put myself more on the camera because people like to see who they're dealing with. I think when they're watching it on the phone, they like to see a face behind the brand. So I started doing more direct to camera stuff. But I would stand, I'd look out, make sure no customers would come and get the phone, start recording. As soon as someone come, I put the phone down, morning, all that. But now, because I've been doing it quite a while now, I'll just whip the phone out in any situation. And normally the customers are getting out of my way. They don't want to be in the videos. They're running like, don't get me in the video. Yeah, it's totally different now. It's changed.
But I'm still like that. Like I'll go in the corner over there to do a thing, and then even one of the staff will come in looking for some like picking and packing. I'll be like, all right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I used to do. But now, oh mate, I'll do it anywhere. Do it anywhere.
So have you found that you've had to change in any ways over the years, character-wise, as the business has changed?
Absolutely, yeah. The last couple of years I've really changed because got to a certain level with a business and doing well, but it's kind of like it felt like a ceiling. It couldn't go any further, and that's only then, since I've started listening to podcasts, I listened to a lot of audio books, that I've realised that because I was doing everything, that's why the business was at that level and couldn't push past it because I was literally doing everything.
No more time to go.
That's it. I wasn't working, as the saying goes, on the business. I was that person in the business doing everything. I was serving on the till. I was putting the apples on display. I was doing the invoices. I was buying the stuff. I was on the phone to suppliers, paying the bills, paying the stuff. And only in the last couple of years, you listen to all the top entrepreneurs like Richard Branson, people like that, and they all say the same thing. And it's only so long you can hear the same message, but they all say the same thing. You've got to work on the business and not be the one that's working in the business or so much in the business to grow it. Yeah. So I really have changed a lot the last couple of years trying to do that. Yeah. But I seem to get a certain degree of it, and I get sucked back into the day to day quite a lot. So I'm still struggling with that a little bit, but I do know that's what I've got to do.
I think that's true for anyone, really. Like I'm very much the same. Paul, you quite active in trying to sort of pull yourself away from like the day to day. But I think I've always said, like, for me, when I'm doing something, like, just because I can do it doesn't mean I should do it. And I think that's something I've had to get into my head, really. And someone said, "Oh, you've got to try and make yourself redundant as soon as possible."
Yeah.
And it's true.
I think you have to kind of give the staff a couple of times. Just recently, one of the guys there said to me the other day, "Should I put whatever product it was, say it as soup? Should I put? Oh, can I move the soup to the other place?" So you do whatever you feel is the best way to do it, because you haven't got such a minute thing like that. But that's what I was dealing with all the time. These miniature kind of decisions from every member of staff, and now I'm trying to hand that back to them. So if anyone comes to me with something like that, say, "What do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Where do you think it should go?" I'll go with whatever you think. That is my answer now. And then they do stop coming to you as much with these silly little things.
Yeah.
But I've only learned that through going to all these things, the dinner, listening to the podcast, listening to the audio books. I used to drive 40 minutes to the shop, get in the lorry, an hour to the market, drive, an hour drive back, 40 minutes back to my house. I used to listen to the radio.
Yeah.
I started listening to podcasts and books instead. And that's when I started learning a lot. Because you think, after being in business so long, you think you know everything, but then I realised I don't. And some of the things I'm doing are wrong.
Plus, a lot of it's inspirational, isn't it? And it sort of like just motivates you to go for that next step.
Absolutely. Hormones is good for that.
Yeah.
Need a bit of motivation. Whack that on.
I think he's probably one of the ones that I've consistently listened to.
Yeah.
Some of them I dip in and out, but he seems to just talk sense to me.
I agree. I mean, a lot of people say the same thing over and over again, but I don't find he says the same thing over and over again. And I think a lot of the stuff is really well thought out. And you go, yeah, that really makes sense.
So much value in what he posts. So much. You can listen to his podcast and everything. There's a different thing you can pick up out of all of it that you can apply. So much value. I just love him. I want to go to one of his workshop
Vegas.
things. Yeah. I've been on the phone to him before.
Have you?
Yeah. You can book a thing in on the website. I've done it, and they're straight on the phone. Hello, it's so and so from acquisition.com, and they ask you a few questions, and the guy said to me, "I've got some good news. You're coming to Vegas." And I thought, I didn't even want that wasn't my, I just pressed. I was like, "Oh right, okay."
I've sent the $25,000 thing to you.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh right, okay."
Just wanted a FaceTime.
Well, straight away.
You just swiped on a TikTok shop and you're in, mate.
Straight away, they're like, "Right, have you got your credit card?" And I was like, "Oh, I need to ask the wife first." And like trying to get out of it, because I weren't expecting it. I thought it was just like a kind of I don't know what it was.
They got answers for that. I got to ask.
Oh, yeah.
Wife, so then they say something else. You go, oh well, maybe I can.
Yeah, no, he didn't get out of it with me. I didn't get the credit card out, But yeah, no, I'd love to go and do that. I will do that at one point. I definitely will.
So, the 5 years time. What you said you've got big things in your head for the farm shop. What you looking at?
So there's so many sides to the business. There's the retail side, the wholesale side, the now online and the live and that. We're doing 4.5 million a year at the minute. I want to get that to 10 million. That's the kind of first step I want to hit. I'd like to hit that by the end of this year, really. But I've speaking to accountants and stuff, they seem to think that's a bit lofty kind of ambitions. But I said, going back to Alex Hormozy, they do like 100x their business in a year and things. And I say, well, if people can do that, why can't I double mine?
Yeah.
And they say, because the systems will break and you need more people. You just address that, I think, at the top. But anyway, that's the kind of my 1 year plan. And we've got so many different avenues that I think we could do it. I really do. 5 years, I haven't thought that far ahead properly, really.
I think you can do it. Just from talking to you and seeing like how motivated you are, I think.
Even just that sentence you said, why not me?
Why not?
Yeah, that's
There's a lot of people that don't
do much more.
Get a new accountant.
Yeah. He's a new accountant. He's my new accountant. Yeah. You was interviewing him, I think, recently.
Oh, it's John. No.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
I'm surprised he said that, actually. I would have...
He said it last week on the Zoom.
Did he?
Call, yeah.
I'm surprised he said that.
Yeah.
Sorry, John, mate.
He's brilliant, he is.
No, he's very on.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
It just surprised me that's something he would say. I would have thought he would have been going, yeah, go for it, mate.
Yeah. No, he won't.
On that note, mate, thank you so much for coming on.
Thans for inviting me.
I know you said, you off camera, you said you weren't sure how interesting you'd be. I thought it was really interesting.
Really good.
I think a lot of people don't know about that, especially the live shopping.
Yeah.
But I think you get people who get a lot of value from that.
Good stuff. Thank you.
And if they want to visit your shop or go online or go on whatnot, where can they?
It's barleylandsfarmshop.com.
Yeah.
And we're in Southend Road, Billericay.
Yeah. And on the website?
Instagram, Facebook, all the socials, just Barleylands Farm Shop.
And just if they want to do a little bit of live shopping, and just go on Whatnot or
hit us up on Whatnot. Yeah, we schedule the shows in. Yeah, it's not regularly on there. It's as and when the stock comes in. So we'll go on there like once a week, twice a week. Just depends how quick we get the stock. But yeah, if you follow us on there, it comes up on your phone when we go live.
Oh yeah, cool.
Give it a look. It's an interesting platform.
It is, yeah.
Thanks, Ross.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.